How's everybody doing? Those guys were great. Express yourself. Assess yourself. I like that. They were my crew. We'll be on the road with them. My name is Bruce Flummer. My company is Michael Bruce Image Consulting, and I am a stylist for modern vernacular. I actually consider myself more of a style and an image consulting coach for most people, not the stylist, because every time I'm at a party and people go, "Hey, so what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, what am I doing? I help people with their personal style." "Oh, no, don't look at me." And I'm like, "I already did." I always tell people, I see everything, but you have to pay me to say something. I want to introduce you to somebody. Her name is Lindsay. And, in life, we always figure out, when we want to do something in life and we have a passion, there's always something in life that really changes your course or really tells you that that's where you probably should go. Well, I met this gal, Lindsay, several years ago, and I was asked to a client to do makeovers for Bellevue Collection for their first fall fashion week. And they said, "Oh, it would be great if we could have makeovers done and we get a stylist or an image consultant to come in and do this." And so all these people sent in basically resumes, kind of why they should get a makeover. This gal didn't send one in. Her friends did. And so when I met with her and I was like, "Okay, so what are your style and image goals?" And she said, "Well, I recently lost 60 pounds. And I said, "Okay." And I said, "What do you want?" And she said, "For someone to look at me and say, 'Wow.'" That's all she wanted. She just wanted someone one time to look at her and say, "Wow." So that's what we made happen. We turned her into a wow. She was already a wow inside. She was actually very successful, super accomplished. She plays a beautiful harp. But she just wanted someone to say, "Wow." We were walking through the mall right after this, and we were coming from the store, and she was walking, and see how she slumped over in that first picture? She was all proud, and 4 people looked at her and was like, "Wow." Some guy actually asked her for her phone number. And she goes, "You did it." And I said, "We did it." And it was really funny because a year later, Lindsay called me up. And you always wonder kind of where people are at and what's going on. And she said, "Bruce, I have some great news. I met a guy, and I'm getting married." And I said, "That's awesome." And she said, "Would you pick out my wedding dress?" She goes, "I would have no one else do it except for you because you changed my life." And I said to her, "You know what, Lindsay, you actually changed my life." So today, we're going to talk about a few things. But first, one of my favorite quotes, and I think Coco Chanel says it best. It says, fashion fades, only style remains the same. Now, Coco Chanel, if anyone doesn't know, she was the fashion icon. I mean, she was known for fashion. However, her main thing was style. She really believed about inner style rather than outward fashion, even though she made our money in fashion. But she was actually a very simple lady. Another person said it really well as well, and she's a psychologist. And I found these quotes. It says, "Style is 1 part self-knowledge, 1 part self-confidence. In other words, it's an attitude." You ever see somebody with great style and they may not even be the best looking person, but you're like, "Man, they're kind of rocking it." You're like, "What is it about them?" It's because they have great style, and they're owning their style. Fashion is in the clothes, style is in the wearer. The bottom part is one of my favorite. Style is not a price, it's not an age, it's not a size, and it can be learned. That's what we do every single day, me and my team. We teach people how to have style, men and women, every single day, how to have style, and it can be learned. And it's easy as ABC. So, your style is a reflection and a statement to the world of who you are. We always ask people this question: do you know your style? Handsome, right? I mean, what 3rd grader is going to show up for a picture with an ascot like that on. And a corduroy, he's rocking a 3-button corduroy sport coat. I don't even think that ascot even matched, but I really liked it. So I wore it. And I just gotten those glasses, literally. I mean, they're a little, as I look at it now, I'm like, goggles paisano, my goodness. But I had a smooth high top haircut. And my mom used to use this picture for me for blackmail for all my girlfriends. And she's like, don't make me pull out the picture. I'm like, Mom, don't pull out that picture. There's actually one that's worse that I won't put in this presentation. But that kind of says something to me. It says something about style. There's 3 steps to style. And they're baby steps, but they do take work. And the first step is A, assessment, like you heard them talking about. Make an assessment of yourself. First thing you want to do is look in the mirror. How do you see yourself when you look in the mirror? I always tell people, one of my tips is get a full-length mirror. Most of the homes we go into, people don't have full-length mirrors. So we put clothes on people and you're like, okay, what do you think about that? I'm like, how do you see your whole thing? I had this one client that literally, she was like this, looking in her mirror in her bedroom, and I was like, how are you possibly? She goes, well, if I stand like this and go like that, I can see my shoes. You know, if you don't have a full-length mirror, you got to have a full-length mirror. You can't see the whole picture. How do you even know your body style? What is your body types? There's 5 different body types. There's pear, there's hourglass, there's inverted triangle, there's soft straight, which some people call oval or apple. My wife said, don't dare. And then there's the quote-unquote boy body, the straight body type. But all those ways should be dressing differently. We help people understand what those ways are for their body. So make that assessment. Also, make an assessment more authentic. Go, who am I? What do I want to accomplish? Do I show up every single day for what the world has to offer? Most people wake up in the morning and put on clothes because they're running late. Got to get up and get my clothes on and get out the door. Successful people and people with style get dressed for the day. If you don't get dressed for the day, what's your day going to be? Take charge of your day by getting dressed. Get rid of all the clutter. And there's 2 types of clutter. There's mind clutter, and there's closet clutter. That's right. The middle is where we all like to be. The right side is hopeful. The left side is I used to be. The left side is, man, I remember when I was. The right side is, oh, only if I can. Stay in the middle. Get rid of this and get rid of that. Because the reality is, once you get here and you're comfortable, whether it's a weight or a style you want to be, that's where you're going to be, and that's where you're going to need to stay. You know, several years ago, I was actually 252 pounds. And I didn't even realize it until I finally looked in the mirror. Do you know what that mirror was? My driver's license picture. And if you ever want to see it, I carry it with me at all times. And I looked at that, and I wrote the same thing I always write, 6'4", 210 pounds, good to go. And I looked in the mirror, and I was like, dude. I got that in the mail, and I was like, well, let me just check. So I got on the scale, I was like, what? I lied on my driver's license. No one does that. I mean, if an officer stopped me, he would have been like, yeah, really? And so, you know what? I made a change. And guess what? I've stayed there. Because I got rid of all of this and all of that. And I got a new look, new style. And that's where I'm comfortable. That's where I like to be. So if you don't get rid of here, you don't get rid of here, you'll always be going back and forth. There's a person that I want to introduce you to named Kelly. And I asked her for a before picture, and this is what she sent me. Do you notice anything about all these pictures? Kelly is hiding in every single one of these pictures. And I went through a lot of them, and I was like, another high. It's like she's photobombing. Hey, 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 peeking. I'm like, where is Kelly? Well, Kelly took the first step, and she made an assessment. Kelly doesn't hide any longer.
I had plans for him to come to my school and talk to the leaders at my school about their style. Big plans. But by the end of the session, he's sitting there nodding his head, saying, yes, of course, I'll come. And I said, so will you come and talk to the leaders here at my school about their style? And he said, yes, but what? I gotta start with you. Me? I didn't have any style. I like to cover up in pants. I didn't want to show shape, show any style. I didn't think it was that important because, I gotta get up, put some clothes on, go to work. Bruce changed my life. I spent some time with him and he saw something in me that nobody else had drawn out of me before. The passion, the fire, the excitement, the hopes, the dreams. I do that with so many people, and Bruce did that with me. Those pictures that you see, I was always hiding behind my children, hiding behind my husband, hiding behind my family, because I didn't want to be out in front. But the truth is, when you get to know me and what I do and what I live for, it's all about helping other people pursue their passions and their dreams. But Bruce helped me to live my dreams, my passions, who I am. And I will never forget the day he asked me, he said, Kelly, what do you think your style is? I don't know. What do you think your body shape is? I don't know. I got this big boxy top and skinny legs and long arms and long ears and long head. What do you think? And he said, yeah. But we can work with that. I said, really? I've been trying to hide it all, but I don't need to do that. But I remember he said, what do you think your style is? Boring. Boring? So here you go. He's transformed my wardrobe. He's transformed my life. He taught me to grow and change from the inside out. I'm so grateful.
The next step is boldness. Be bold. Most people aren't. Most people are actually stuck in a rut. We have a questionnaire that we give to every potential client. And we say, where are you at? And the number one thing is stuck in a rut. That's how they would define themselves, stuck in a rut. You know why? Because of all the clutter and all the comfort that comes with being stuck in a rut. I don't have to show up, or I don't have to go somewhere and have people notice me. Because you know what? You ever do something, you ever buy a new outfit and you pick it, right? Get there. And guess what? You get to an event and no one notices. No one notices at all. You automatically think you did something wrong. So be bold. Think out of the box. New colors, new shapes, new styles. Think out of the box. I always tell men are always like, oh, no one in my office ever wears ties. And I say, you know what? I want you to do me a favor. Get some good ones and start a Tie Tuesday. And when you start a Tie Tuesday, I guarantee you, everyone else will follow. And they're like, really? I'm like, it'll happen. Women, oh, I work at Microsoft. Everyone wears denim. Don't wear denim. Or wear a different color. And try it on a Wednesday and see what happens. People will notice. Here's a guy that was bold. And he was bold, but he was blinded. He actually liked to wear a lot of black. And we talked about what boldness really is and showed him how to really do color in a different way. Vaughn.
I wore black because I felt I was fat, and someone told me, you wear black, you disappear. that all my style was in ties. I had an extensive collection of ties, but no one could see them behind the black. I didn't realize that I was hiding. And I met Bruce. Bruce said, come on out, come on. There's somebody in there that needs to be found. And so he changed my style. And now my style I would describe as the provocateur, which is my business as a professional speaker, to be a leadership provocateur. So thank you for helping me match my style with my professional years. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. And the final is C, confidence. See yourself this way. See yourself with confidence. Boldly take on the world with confidence. But you can't do that if you're not comfortable with yourself, you haven't made that assessment, you're not deciding that you're going to be bold and be different and get dressed for the day every single day. Here's a gal that when I met her, she had confidence, but confidence in a different way. She was going to be taking on a different profession in life. And she needed new confidence to do that. Tracy?
So if you ever have Bruce come to your closet, be prepared that the things that come out of your closet will leave with him. Those things you used to go to because they were the thing you were really comfortable in, just left the house. I came to Bruce because I was switching careers and I realized the wardrobe I had did not match where I was going. And I needed something that would. And so, of course, I gave Bruce lots of time. I called him on, I think it was Thursday, and said, hey, I'm ready. We need to do this. Will you come to my closet tomorrow? And so he comes over and says, okay, great, we can rearrange it. So I, of course, postponed them several times. Delay. There's no reason to delay this. And he came over and we started going through the closet. I said, I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of outfits. And he's like, well, when are you leaving? I'm like, Sunday. I said, okay. We went through the closet and I had one outfit that he said, well, you could take it if you have to, but we're going shopping. And so he and his lovely assistant went to Bell Square in an hour and a half. When I showed up there, literally I think I achieved every woman's dream in shopping because I walked into the store and went to the giant dressing room in Nordstrom's and my entire wardrobe was there. All the sizes, all the shoes, and all the jewelry. And to actually be able to go shopping, because I feel like I have kind of a body that's hard to fit, and be able to have someone like him look at me, pick a wardrobe that I liked, that fit, that was exactly what I needed going forward, was the best gift I've ever had. And now the fun part of this is some people will look at what Bruce does and think, oh, it's too expensive. He has now saved me more money than anyone else on the planet because now I can go into a store and go, no, I can pull an entire rack of clothes, go in, try it all on, and I think of what he would say if I was wearing it and actually walk out and not buy anything.
I'm glad I made your head. You look awesome. Those are a few simple tips for you. There's many, many more. We are actually providing 30-minute consultations on the 14th of this month. If you would like to meet with myself, like I said, complimentary, myself and my team. And if you're interested, you can see Sarah, she's right here in the front row to get you signed up for that. We'll be there from 1 until 6 o'clock. Thank you very much for your time. And I hope you have time to take probably 2 questions. Cafe Cesara, yep, in Bellevue. Thank you so much.